Here we go with the Wednesday, January 10th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East along with you. Let's start with a look back at the visible satellite from yesterday. And I'll say right off the bat, high temperature forecast yesterday was bad. And that was due to a lot more sunshine than it originally looked like we would receive. And so we had a really warm day across most of the Carolinas. And that sunshine and warm air really did a number on the snow cover over here in eastern North Carolina. That was still the snow on the ground in eastern North Carolina from the previous big winter storm. And so you look at that snow cover eroding away there as the day unfolded on Tuesday there in the eastern part of the state. Greensboro Tower camera this morning, pretty quiet, milder than we have been so far this year at this point in the day. I'm cutting this later in the 5 o'clock hour. Early this morning, 45 in Greensboro. We'll take a peek at the Charlotte Dowd YMCA camera. Same deal, milder. How about 50 for a just prior to 6 a.m. temperature to start the day? There you go. Look at these numbers from yesterday. Columbia hit 72. It did not hit 89 in Charleston. That temperature sensor malfunctioned. But 72 in Columbia, 68 in Wilmington and Fayetteville, 63 in Raleigh, 54 in Cape Hatteras. It was 60s across the entire Triad viewing area. And across the Charlotte region, low to mid-60s through the Piedmont. And then you got up into the mountains, it was upper 40s for Boone and Jefferson. Temperatures this morning, there you go, 30s and 40s. Most folks well above freezing. It gets cooler in the northeastern part of the state, and some pockets of temperatures close to freezing down here in Montgomery, Moore County, Anson County, that type of area. But most folks well above freezing this morning. Now, the forecast today will hinge on the cloud cover and how much there is. I do think a good bit more cloud cover works through the region today compared to yesterday, so that should hold our temperatures down in comparison to yesterday. Look at the rain and some snow in the higher elevations back into Arizona, New Mexico, up into Colorado and Utah. That is the system that moved through the California, Nevada area yesterday and the day before. And you look at these 48-hour rain totals, over 4 inches around Las Vegas, 3+ inches in some locations in California. And when you get that much rain in that short a period of time in that part of the country, it causes big problems with flooding and mudslides. Now that system is on the move. There you go. You can clearly see that counterclockwise swirl moving through the desert southwest. This will become a very dynamic system over the central and especially the eastern part of the country. There's futurecast over the next couple of days. And look at the thunderstorms trying to break out over the deep south and the lower Mississippi Valley. And in the northern flank of this system, this will be a winter storm all the way from the Tennessee Valley, maybe North Mississippi and Alabama, on up to the northeast. I'll show you that in just a second. So today, again, the forecast will hinge on cloud cover, assuming we do have a pretty good amount of clouds. Temperatures will be cooler than yesterday. There's what we're going for highs this afternoon. Lows tonight look like that, so not a bad overnight period temperature-wise. The moisture builds even as soon as later tonight in the foothills and the adjacent Piedmont zones and certainly the mountains. Some showers become a possibility. And it looks like basically a cloudy, kind of showery setup. The rain will be more pronounced as you get further west in the region. So maybe not a lot of rain near the coast in North Carolina, but more rain as you head further west. And there's our Thursday high temperatures. Friday, a wet day. Some rain at times, and I do think due to the dynamics involved with this system, could even have some rumbles of thunder involved late Friday and Friday evening rather, and could be some wind issues too if any of those showers or even thunderstorms tap into those stronger winds aloft. So that'll be something to watch for late Friday. And again, there's your snow on the northwestern flank of that system. More on that in just a second. Look at the warmth over the Carolinas on the warm side of that system for highs Friday afternoon. All right, rain totals, futurecast. Now, you need to keep in mind that this doesn't necessarily include the entire event, especially in eastern North Carolina, maybe a little bit more. But this will be an event where I think the mountains and the foothills get the most rain. But it looks like even out in the Piedmont, a pretty good soaker. Here's the European model. I think it's probably doing a pretty good job here. There's what it's indicating for rain totals with this system. A half inch rather to an inch plus, a good bet over most of the Piedmont, some higher totals in the mountains and the foothills. Now, again, the northwestern flank, there's the snow. This is the European model, and we're talking all the way down into North Mississippi and North Alabama. Could see some snow or sleet with this as it pulls to the northeast. And there's your footprint of snow from the European model, going all the way from the Tennessee Valley of North Alabama and North Mississippi on up through the eastern Great Lakes region. Could be a pretty good snow event from eastern Kentucky and points northeast from there. All right, let me show you some of the more detailed modeling. There's that system rolling in Friday. It takes a negative tilt. That'll be a good rain producer, maybe a thunderstorm producer in some areas around here. And again, on the northwest flank of that, pretty good winter weather producer. So here's your precipitation types on the high. Well, I forgot. Let me give the charts in order here. Here we go. There's the GFS, and this is Thursday evening. And then we go out to Friday evening. There's the low pressure rolling through. Again, on the northwestern flank of that, this is snow that then lifts northeast from there. There's your instability, your convective available potential instability, basically a little bit of instability around that could promote the chance for some thunderstorms in a few spots Friday afternoon. Now we go out further in time. By the way, there's the Canadian model's footprint of snow. And some of this is ice, but the footprint of snow with this system. All right, down the road, I did want to show you this. This is the European model for Wednesday morning of next week. Next little piece of energy trying to move in. It generates a little bit of light snow. I'm not sold on that scenario. There will be another piece of energy approaching, but I'm not necessarily sold that this exact scenario will be what unfolds. So I have gone with the idea of a lot of clouds and certainly chilly weather. A lot of chilly weather next week. I didn't mention that. This weekend through at least the first half of next week through Wednesday or Thursday, it gets cold again. And in fact, you take a look at the Charlotte temperatures here off the GFS ensemble. There you go. This is your average line right through the middle. So you're back to a lot of below average temperatures starting this weekend, continuing through the mid to late stages of next week. And then I think we're in a warm period thereafter for at least a period of time before temperatures then try to plunge again toward the very end of the month. A couple other things to show you. There's the European model with the next system thereafter trying to roll in around Friday of next week and still have some cold air around. So it's certainly warming up a little bit here as we did yesterday and today and certainly through Friday looked pretty mild. But then we're back to some colder weather this weekend and the next week before the next warm-up tries to occur. And we'll have to see if we get any storm systems in here during that next colder period. All right, that is it for the latest edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody have a wonderful day, and God bless.